All right, so our task for today is solving exponential equations. So the keyword here is that you need to have exponential equations. It's exponential if in the exponent you have some kind of variable. So if you have 2 to the power of 3x, yes, that's an exponential expression because you have x in your exponent. If you have x is equal to the power of 2, this is not the one we're looking at because the exponent is just a plain number, it's just a constant. That is a just a polynomial problem. So okay, so we need to make sure you can recognize that it is an exponential equation. All right, so once you're given an exponential equation, you have four number questions here. We'll answer one at a time. For number one, so you have 2 to the power of 2x plus 1 equals 16. Okay, now if you have a logarithm, you have an exponential, you change it into a logarithmic expression. And so how do you do that? It's pretty easy. You just add log on both sides. Okay. So now you're taking the log of each one. Now looking at the left side, you see this log 2 to the power of x. Now remember, one of the properties of log is that if you have an exponent, this whole exponent can be put in front of that log. But that is a binomial, so you need to make sure you put that inside a parentheses, right? So 2x plus 1, I'm going to put that in parentheses, log 2. So I just pretty much put the whole exponent in front of log equals log 16. Okay. Now, if I want to solve for for x, so I'm just going to divide both sides by log 2 and log 2. Okay, so now this one will cancel out. So 2x plus 1 equals log 16 over log 2. Okay, now you can actually solve log 16 and log 2, and that's just going to be 4. You can use a calculator right away on this one. Okay, so we can do that. So you have 2x plus 1 equals 4. This is by calculator. Okay, minus 1 on both sides. So you have 2x equals 3. Therefore, your x here is going to be equal to 3 over 2. So that will be it. Okay. All right. So again, if it's in exponential, just put log on both sides and then use the property of logarithms to solve for your variable. Okay. So let's try number 2. So that's pretty much the same as number 1. Actually, it's even simpler than number 1. So again, it is an exponential expression. I need to make this eraser a little bit bigger because it's taking me forever to delete. Okay, there we go. All right. So now you have for number 2, so you have 3 to the power of x plus 1 equals 21. So now I want to change this one to a log form. So I'm going to add log on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to put log in front of this and also log in front of the 21. All right, so therefore this exponent will go in front, but that's a binomial, so you're gonna put that in parentheses, and then you have log 3 equals log 21, okay? We want to solve for that parentheses. I'm gonna divide both by 3, so log 3. All right, this one will cancel out. So therefore my x plus 1 equals log 21 over log 3, right? Well, I want to solve for, you can use your calculator again, but I suggest it's not going to be a complete number. So I suggest you subtract 1 first. Subtract 1. And so now your x is going to be just log 21 over log 3 minus 1. So this is the one that you can put into your calculator and see what's the answer it's gonna be. So I'm gonna try that on my online calculator here somewhere. So I have log 21 divided by oops, log 3 minus 1. We get, let's say we want, so that's gonna be 1 point. This is 1.77, okay? 1.77 up to hundredth place, two decimal places. All right, so I hope that helps. Let's move on to number 3. All right, so the idea of exponential is that you just need to isolate the part that has the exponent. Okay, so for instance, for number 3, you have 5e to the 4x equals 8. Okay, so 5 does not really have that the exponential part of it. It's e to the 4x. This is the one that is the base and the exponent. This is just a coefficient. So what you need to do is to make sure you can isolate this part. So therefore, I'm going to divide this by 5. Okay, so now you have e to the 4x equals 8 divided by 5 is 1.6, I think. Okay, so now you have e. Now e is just like exponential, only that this is special. So if it's e, you don't actually put log, you put ln. Okay, so I'm gonna put ln here. I'm also gonna put ln on one side. Now ln e to the 4x, that would only just give you the exponent. So when you simplify this, it's gonna give you the exponent because the ln and the e will cancel out. So now you have ln of 1.6 here. So if you want to divide, or you want to solve for x, you just divide this one by 4 and divide this one by 4. So therefore your x is ln 1.6 over 4, or whatever that is in, okay, so let me do 1.6 divided by 4. And let's do it up to 2 decimal places. So this is 0. Okay, so the answer here is 0.1175. So therefore, that's approximately 0.12, because if I want hundredths place, right, two decimal places. Okay, so again, I remove the 5 so that I can isolate the base and the exponent. That's the idea. All right, so let's try number 4. Again, look, if you want, you can pause this and answer it yourself first before, and then just look at my answer so we can compare. All right, so number 4, you have 1 plus 5 to the power of x equals 10. So you want to isolate the part that has the base and the exponent, which is this. So you need to get rid of 1. So I'm going to subtract this. Okay, so now I have 5 to the power of x equals 9. And so now I can put log on both sides, right? Okay, so now this exponent x can be placed in front of the log. So now you have log x log 5 equals log 9. Okay, let's make this one a little bit clearer. Okay, and so now if you want to solve for x, you just divide it with log 5. Log 5. So therefore your x is just log 9 over log 5, which is approximately equal to, I don't know the answer to that, but we will find out. Okay, so that's 1.36five. So 1.3652. So that's gonna be approximately 1.37. Okay, 1.37 because that's 6, and after that is a 5 that's greater than half. So this is your approximate up to hundredths place. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a random problem here that you can answer if you want and try it, and write your answer up to hundreds place, 2 decimal places. All right, so write it in the comments below. All right, let's do challenge question. Okay, so let's do 10 to the power of 3x plus 2 equals, let's not do 10 because 10 is kind of easy. Okay, you can actually do that in your sleep. Okay, let's do 5 to the power of 3x plus 2 equals 7. Okay, so try that up to 2 decimal places for your answer. See you then.